up, my totally offensive army and random YouTubers alike? Back again with a video review, which means I've already seen the clips we're about to discuss, but feel free to go ahead and hit up the comment section with your own thoughts, because I'd love to read them. We'll be checking out the clips from the H3 podcast with Ethan Klein, Kalila Kuhn, and Bobby Lee, where they discuss Bobby Lee's ongoing feud with Brendan Schaub, of all people. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me either. Now, I'm not an H3 podcast fan, mainly because I don't like how Ethan Klein addresses his followers when they tend to disagree with him. The dude is prone to bouts of mental illness, and rather than go ahead and take accountability for it, he just makes a litany of fucked up excuses. Like, bruh, approach your shit like a fucking man and just get over it. Don't get me started. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into these clips.
Yeah, I told the story on Trash Tuesday, which is like, yeah.
He tried to, and the story was interesting. He brought you to the car and tried to get a blowy or something?
No, that's not me.
That was one of the other girls.
Annie, yeah, and
because that's such an interesting way to pick up a girl, I think, to be like, yo, you want to come into my car and suck my cock?
By the way, I should preface this by saying I had a phone call with him. All is squared away and fine.
Okay.
But he did promise. We promised that this would never be brought up again. But then he went on Flagrant 2 and talked about it. So I was like, all right, deal's off. I'm going to talk about it on H.
Deal's off.
Yeah, so...
Because Brendan Schaub will do anything for attention. Almost up to and including sucking Joe Rogan's dick for his next pity laugh. Have you seen his last 2 comedy specials? My God, what was dude thinking?
But I'll be delicate about it because I do think that, you know, yeah, I don't want to be an asshole to anybody.
Stressed out.
Are you serious?
We're fucked.
We're not fucked.
Yeah, wait, why are you fucked?
So what did I say? You're so afraid of being bullied.
Why are you so afraid?
Because like, this is the problem. To his defense, when Schaub had a problem with me never even saying his name, and by the way, I neither confirm or deny that's to this day that story was about him.
Well, you guys said his initials was BS.
And then Annie said it was Bob Saget on the live show.
Oh. Well, and then no,
Bob Saget BS.
No, one of the things that really gave it away is that you guys said that he's not very funny as a comedian. And then you guys all started laughing.
That's subjective.
No, but I know that's like a meme about...
I disagree. You know he agrees, but he's just trying to cover his ass because that LA to Texas podcast circuit is a lot of people's financial bread and butter. Props to Bobby Lee for trying, I guess.
There was a whole barrage.
It was
Don't say the name.
I'm not gonna. But it was a phone call with other podcasters, and it was...
That's some bullshit.
They flogged you, bro.
Not flogged me. They threatened my career. They called me a coward.
Imagine having hair that looks like it has dried 12-day-old cum in it and a speech impediment, and then bullying a little Asian man because his girlfriend won't suck your dick and you got called out for it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A pussy. You've always been a pussy.
I'm sorry, that's unacceptable.
They said they would expose me. They said that all these things, and I was in Oklahoma shooting a show, and I was at dinner, and I was by myself, and it was very traumatic for me, and it was based on whatever they did on the live. Now imagine now what's going to happen with now this.
It's good.
A world home. I'm not a pussy, right? I'm just saying. The thing is that you guys don't do stand-up, right?
No.
Right? So I'm always around them.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's the thing. I've been a stand-up comic for the last 3 years. I've met some of the comedians that you guys idolize and look up to, and they were the biggest pieces of shit I've ever fucking met. I have a saying. You put 20 comedians in a room, 18 of them will cut your throat for 5 minutes of notoriety, and 2 of them might become your friend. And by 5 minutes of notoriety, I mean like a free appearance on The Tonight Show. Because often, when you see a comedian who's doing a 5-minute bit on Tonight Show or whatever late night talk show, they're not getting paid for it. They're doing that shit for free. And then whatever network is airing the show or producing the show has lifetime access to that clip, that 5-minute clip, and they're able to make money off of it while the comedian doesn't get jack shit. But in the comedian's mind, well, most stand-up comedians' minds, they're doing really fucking well in life. Yeah, they truly believe this shit. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
So I'm trying to play it politically, right? I feel like I was assaulted for something that I didn't do at all. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking
You
about.
truly have nothing to do with it.
I have nothing to do with it, and yet I was being, you know what I mean?
They put it all on you.
Right?
Because they're using you to try to control what Kalila's doing.
Right. So, I went to therapy and about it, you know what I mean?
Really?
Talked about it yesterday because it's like, it was just so traumatic, and these were my friends, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about,
You
right?
got the little adorable Asian guy who shits his pants on an episode of Hot Ones in therapy? That's so fucked up, bro. I don't understand this.
And so my whole thing was, let's never talk about it again, ever, right? And let's just brush it under the rug so that I can go to comedy clubs and look them in the eye and be cordial, right? But now, right, this is a whole nother fucking thing.
Realize.
Okay, look, stand-up comedians by far and large are miserable fucking people. I'll be the first to tell you because I am one. And here's the thing, I don't have the same social characteristics, mannerisms, or attributes that other stand-up comics do. I don't sit around and think because I experienced a traumatic childhood that I'm entitled to say certain things, and act a certain way and get away with it. I went to therapy. I hold myself accountable for my shit. I don't go around pretending to be like a social justice warrior or some overly virtuous person, and then behind closed doors I act like a huge piece of shit. But most of the stand-up comics I've met, they act that way. That's why I will not hang out with them. I don't need someone to give me a lecture on sobriety and then go in the back room and do a fucking 8-ball and then chase it down with some fucking Xanny bars and be like, oh, but I really helped that guy out there though with my advice. Like, no, bruh. No, that's not how this works.
That you would be getting extra harassed.
Fuck that guy bringing 300 pages of anything. That guy's barely literate. Are you kidding me?
Ridiculous. Brendan Schaub put out into the ether a rumor that he has over 300 pages of evidence that Bobby Lee supposedly released in the form of like toxic memes and long-winded posts on Reddit. Do you see Bobby Lee sitting on Reddit all fucking night long, photoshopping memes about Brendan Schaub of all people, or like writing these really detailed essays as to why Schaub sucks as a person overall? I mean, besides like the Joe Rogan dick writing and the unfunny jokes and the sad frat bro humor, which, bro, if you're in your 40s and you're reaching for frat bro humor as like your bread and butter material, you're just old enough to be like the frat brother's father. You should probably not ever attempt that because it's sad.
This is where I think that there's a disconnect between there's a disconnect between the information he's being fed by his team. I don't think it's all him. Like, he's just like, I have 300 pages of proof that of an IP address that's linked to Bobby's.
Please.
Listen to this, Ethan. Linked to Bobby's computer. I was like, do you realize how tech stupid Bobby is? He answers phone calls on his iPad. Do you know what I mean?
My man.
Saying that, and basically that we've launched an attack on him for the past 5, 6.
I don't know if you've ever seen any episodes of TigerBelly, but Bobby Lee is an overly anxious person. Like, if dude is constipated for more than 2 days, he shuts down. He can't function. I don't see how he'd ever come up with 300 pages of inflammatory remarks in regards to Brendan Schaub. Could you see giving that much time to Brendan Schaub of all fucking people? No.
Years, and I told Brendan, I was like, Brendan, with all due respect, like, you're not an afterthought for us. Like, why would we as a company just dedicate 5, 6 years to this harassment on Reddit when my sweet lover...
Oh, because a lot of people hate Brendan. There's like a whole...
You know, the comedy culture for me, since I moved there in the late 90s, has always been bullying.
Really?
Yeah, there's always been like yeah, I mean...
What the hell?
I never expected to hear that. No, I'm serious.
I really did.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
You laugh because it seems obvious to you?
Bruh, if you're like a woman or a minority in the field of stand-up comedy, the other stand-up comedians are going to treat you like shit. They're going to lie to your face and say that they accept you, or like the ones who think they have a bunch of clout because they do comedy in strip malls and shitty fucking venues are going to come to you, step to your face and be like, I don't think you're funny, and you have to leave. And often at times, Those people who have the most clout in situations where they're doing comedy in a strip mall or some type of fucking shitty bar are the comedians who only have like 10 minutes of material. They don't have anything worthwhile other than their fucking ego. So the minute someone with talent shows up, it bruises their fragile little egos. I've been on both sides. I've learned a lot. I've issued my apologies.
Yeah, to me that it seems obvious. Especially in certain clubs, it's always been a boys' club. I mean, there were boys, I can't name names, that would literally walk up to Whitney Cummings and Chelsea Handler and go, "Women aren't funny, get out of here."
Are you fucking kidding me?
And they would say that to them, right? One time a comic threw ice at Natasha Leggero's face. You know what I mean?
I want to add this piece of information or not.
Well, you might as well because
yeah.
Well, one of
we're fucked as it is, so might as well.
I really wish, like, my wish was for him to be open about the situation as well, so there'd be sort of this like clarity.
Okay,
back
interesting.
and forth.
Growth.
But one of the threats was to expose something about me, about and it was a very specific thing about it.
Well, we might as well talk about that.
About a time, about something that I had been doing while Bobby and I were broken up.
Okay.
So we had an open thing.
Just take it all from them.
Okay, so we had an open thing, right, so that they can't use this against us.
Exactly.
Yeah, just put it all on the table.
So we had this open thing, and
just put it all on the table. This is the most views I've gotten in months. Please keep talking.
You guys had an open relationship.
Yeah,
right?
I was
and
with
Kalila saw somebody in Hawaii.
A lovely person.
Lovely guy. I know the
In
guy.
fact, Bobby hand selected him. Literally.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like,
Okay.
this guy's
Right.
amazing.
Right.
Somebody
So,
that we could trust.
So you arranged something for her.
I didn't arrange it,
But
right?
you
she
approved
asked,
him.
"Is this going to be okay?" And I said, "Go ahead and do it."
Okay,
right?
interesting.
And this is something that
This is
my
after-
therapist
yeah.
knew about. We talked about it
In
in couples
therapy.
counseling, this and that. So
Oh.
this is something. So it happened, right? And it got leaked into the internet, right? And now there's these
It's how it works. You want the public to perceive you as having the ultra-traditional functioning marriage. But behind closed doors, like you at the swingers club, okay? You got secret Tinder profiles. You fucking other celebrities, especially when y'all are making movies together and you're away from home for months at a time. Like, it pee when you burn, bruh, okay? Like, you ain't letting no one else do reverse cowgirl because you don't want them to turn their back on family. That's how that works, okay?
she cheated on me and whatnot, right? This is the most uncomfortable podcast. This is another, I don't talk about certain things, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's no one's business.
This was one of them.
Right, and this was one of them, and now it's everyone's business. Because I'll tell you why, though, the reason why I'm willing to talk about it is because of the fact that it's, there's too much rumor and stuff on the internet, you know what I mean? About it. People are coming up with their own conclusions and this. And it's like, I just might as well clear it up, and that's the reality of the situation. Another thing that I'm willing to admit is I haven't seen pornography in 4 months, okay?
That's great.
Sorry.
Good for you.
Your dog just said, "Why?"
He goes, yeah.
But, and the reason why is because for many, many years, you know what I mean, I wasn't intimate with Kalila because of my chronic pornography addiction, right? Which led to us having this open thing.
That's
because
sad, 'cause she's a fucking bombshell. Like, she is the best Bobby Lee will ever do. But you gotta admire the man just a little bit for being that open and honest and saying he had an addiction to pornography. Terry Crews did at one time as well. I watch porn for about 10 to 15 minutes a day, and then after that I get bored. I don't know how people continuously find it interesting for long durations of time, to be quite honest with you. Like, what do you do after you nut? You sit there for the actual story? I don't know, but props to the man for just being open and pretty much pulling that 8 Mile ending scene moment where he's like, here, tell these people something they don't know about me. Like, damn.
I didn't know what to do, right? So it's like, it's another thing that's personal and that I wasn't really willing to talk about because it's no one's fucking business, you know? My relationship with Kalila is sacred. We share a beautiful life together. We have 7 animals, a house. We have kind of a daughter. Juliana is kind of our daughter, and we're proud of her growth and whatnot. And you know, you want to be able to keep stuff to yourself. I have dreams and aspirations outside of show business as well. Third is because I'm afraid of losing certain things. But the thing is that I'm getting to a place in my life where, because I honestly, for the last 25 years, show business and my career was so important to me because I worked so hard at it, right? But I've been trying to expand my life outside of it and to go, what do I love? What else do I love? What else can I do, right? And once I let go of the fact that this could go away, or, you know what I mean, it doesn't make me who I am, right? And that there are other things that I can do and other loves. It'll be painful, right? But in that regard, I'm fine.
Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this video a little differently from how I end my other videos. I'm going to insert the audio from the Flagrant 2 podcast with the conversation between Brendan Schaub and Andrew Scholes, where Brendan Schaub talks about how he's the epicenter of this issue and all this drama surrounding himself, Kalila Kuhn, and Bobby Lee. And then, as a bonus clip, yes, get excited, I've went ahead and summed up Brendan Schaub's new comedy special in just 3 minutes. I sat through that entire lame-ass gringo poppy whatever the fuck comedy special so you didn't have to. You can go ahead and express your gratitude by clicking the like button, clicking the subscribe button, and clicking the notification bell as well so you know anytime I drop a new video, because YouTube likes to go ahead and throw me on the back burner lately. It is what it is. I'm out for now. All I'm saying, enjoy the rest of the footage.
Conversation, you know, for over an hour. Me and her are good, man. Dude, when you talk about the secret sauce, Kalila is the secret sauce of TigerBelly, of the Trash Tuesday. She's such a smart fucking girl. No issues. As far as suing goes, I think it's a miscommunication.
Did you see the clip that they put out? It looked like they were very angry.
Yeah.
Again, and I told her, always come to me.
Yeah.
If you want to know, come to me.
Yeah. And they said that you had like some dirt on her or something like that.
I have no dirt. I don't know.
So
like, me and her don't know each other that well.
They're making this up or what?
Yeah, but when it comes to Kalila, it's like, I don't know. Again, I don't subscribe to social media. So if she's getting that news and she subscribes to it, I would be upset too. And that's why I told her.
Okay, we'll start with the first bit. It's something about meth, fat people, and vaccinations. The audio feels like it's been reclipped and sampled from somewhere else. Yay for editing, I guess, or what the fuck ever. I honestly tried to laugh to get myself in the mood for this. Instead, I kinda wanted to punch myself in the dick. The second bit is some gay shit and some obvious stuff about geography. Fuck this clown. Let's keep going. The third bit is some story about his wife and a picture of his kids. It's clearly fiction, and it's missing a ton of punchlines. This should not have been included in the special at all. Where were the editors on this one? I don't fucking know. The fourth bit is something about Mexicans and bland food. I don't know, cultural appropriation or some hot garbage. I'll be honest, I zoned out for a bit here, and then prayed for a brain tumor. Yeah, bit number 5 is some shit about his keto diet and a sad, lame attempt at bro humor. He then name drops Theo Vaughn and talks about how Theo is a huge fucking cokehead, which is just a sad attempt at dick riding. This is honestly the greatest bit ever told. If your asshole was currently being reamed by the Mountain's fist. Half Thor, I see you out there boxing. Palsy be damned. See, that was bro humor, and it actually worked. You're welcome. Bit number 6 is something about Cheetos. At this point, I'm just thinking about how I wanted DiGiorno pizza for dinner, and I'm reminiscing about the time I got a hand job from a girl with really hairy knuckles who was named after a constellation, because that's a little weird. Bit number 7 is a bit about how he thought punto originally meant dude. Punta does not at all mean dude. Yay for more cultural appropriation. People pity laughed in the audience. It was sad. Bit number 8 was something about his 15th birthday. Some type of story in a sad attempt to trauma bond with the audience. It was followed by pity laughs. I felt awkward the entire time. It was weird. Bits number 9 and 10. Couldn't tell you. I zoned out during this time. and then drove to Kroger to get some Advil. Here's a picture of the Advil for posterity's sake. The closer was some story about a large cat and how he doesn't know anything about guns. He name dropped Joe Rogan and then did some weird shit with his hands. Honestly, he'd make a better mime than a stand-up, and that's all the fucks I care to give. Honestly, I think IMDb giving this a rating of 1.1 out of 10 is being rather generous. Overall, his pacing is shit. His delivery is too fast, and there's not enough pause time for what little laughs he received, only because the crowd felt sorry for him. I'm pretty sure laugh tracks were actually edited into this pile of shit, and some of the bits were older Bill Burr material that was poorly rewritten, and they were probably rewritten by someone other than Schaub, because dude is illiterate as fuck. If you take the time to be analytical, the cutscenes of the crowd laughing don't actually coincide with the jokes being told at all. Poor editing on behalf of the production company's part, obviously. Lastly, no male comic has ever went viral for saying his dick is too big. Fuck all this, I'm gonna go do my dishes now.